confused. Watch the bomb drop.
Ayo, Internet, what is up? It is Andrew, otherwise known as Drewicious occasionally. Welcome to my basement. We are going to be talking about, I don't know, I think a thing that I think is interesting and helpful. Otherwise, why would I be doing a video? I've got my Trader Joe's box wine here. Still waiting for a call from you guys, Trader Joe's, to sponsor the show. Hotlines are open and operators are standing by. For the rest of you guys, I think we can spend a minute celebrating my villainous mustache. I have not shaved it in a while, and it started curling naturally on its own. So I am looking for people to tie to railroad tracks. That is on my agenda for next week. I'll get around to it eventually. So today, gang, we are going to talk about moving averages. And if you have ever wanted to know what the moving average of a different time frame looked like on the chart that you are currently on, so let's just say that you are curious what the 50 moving average of the hourly chart would look like on the 5-minute chart that you're looking at, this video is for you, friends. So before we get to that content, I do need to ask you guys, do me a favor, click the like button. It helps out a little bit, keeps me going, maybe helps a couple other people see the video. So these things don't cost you anything, and I get to drink wine on it, so it feels like a win-win for everybody. So we're going to jump into today's content here, and we're going to start with just clarifying the fact that all we're doing today is math, and it is not even very complicated math. But I do have a gift for you guys at the end of the video that will make it a little less arduous, and if you hate math but you're okay clicking buttons, I got you. So let's talk real quick about candles. For those of you who aren't super familiar, right, candles are just a representation of the open, high, low, and close of a given session. And a given session is whatever time frame it is that you are interested in, right? That can be the 1 day, the 1 hour, the 1 minute, the 1 second if you're on ADHD medication. But you get to decide what your time frame is, and however many sessions it is that you're looking at, that is what your moving average is comprised of, right? So if you're looking at the 50 moving average in an hourly candle, you're looking at the average for the last 50 hours. And that is that's how you know whether you are above or below the average of that time frame. Now, when you take an hourly candle, and these screenshots here are live screenshots from the chart we're going to look at here in just a minute, right off the SPY from yesterday, I think. But on the left-hand side, that is the 1 hour candle. You can see the little dotted line going through it there. And on the left side, well, that's the 5-minute representation of that 1 hour candle. And you can see that we opened at the same spot. We went up, we rejected, we bounced back down. We rejected, we found some support at the bottom or demand at the bottom, and then we came back up and we closed, right? So that gives us our wick at the top, wick at the bottom, and our body. So what we're going to be doing here is simply transposing numbers from whatever session we're in to whatever session we want to see, and bang, that's all it is. It really is, it's pretty simple. I don't feel like I'm I'm providing any great service to humanity here, but some folks overlook how simple this is, and again, I've got a little utility to make this a little easier for you. Utility, I'm overstating it. I built this spreadsheet. Calm down, everybody. To make this a little bit easier for y'all, if you like to do this, and if you want to do relatively frequent transpositions, you can go through, you can use this the spreadsheet to come up with the numbers that matter to you, and then you can save them to your chart, your broker, whatever it is that you're using. So let's run through a couple of examples. Let's just say, and I think I said this one earlier, let's just say that you're interested in what the 50 moving average from your 1 hour chart would look like on your 5-minute chart. All right, let's run through the math on that real quick. So first number is 50, right? Because 50 sessions in our hourly. So 50 times 60, because 60 minutes in an hour, divided by 5, because we need 5. Sorry, that was my broker telling me I made some money. I love that. Divided by 5 minutes, because we're in the 5-minute chart. So in order to see what the 50 moving average from the hourly chart looks like on the 5-minute chart, we're going to enter the moving average of 600 on the 5-minute chart. So let's go have a quick look at that, shall we? All right, here is Thinkorswim, and we have the aforementioned SPY chart up here. I've got the 5 minute here on the left and the 1 hour over here on the right. And I don't know how much of this, like when I open up a context menu, I don't know how much of this you guys can see on the video, but we currently have the 50 moving average, like we discussed in the example, on the hourly. And over here, we've got the 600 on the 5 minute. Now, you can see that we've only got 2 trading days here visible. And so let's just zoom in a little bit and see how closely they match up. Look at that. Our moving averages look exactly the same, right? Here is, despite the fact we have way more candles over here than we do over here, the moving average does exactly what it's supposed to do, which is average out the same number of candles. And we're simply giving it more sessions because we have more sessions in a 5 minute chart than we do in a 1 hour chart. But the plots still come out the same. That's what makes this very easy to do. And so if you wanted to know what this, let's just say that you're a huge fan of the 50 on the hourly, well, you can just leave the 600 up on your 5 minute, and then you'll always know where you're at if you're not able to bounce around between multiple time frames. Now, I know I've done some videos before on multiple time frame analysis. I'm a fan of it. I almost always have multiple time frames up when I'm trading, depending on the broker that I'm in. This might not be necessary if you're able to have a bunch of time frames open, but if you have just one ticker window, this is a nice way to be able to gain context from the other time frames that you do follow if moving averages are your jam. So let's go back and look at, let's just go through the math real quick on a second example, and then I will show you guys the little spreadsheet that I put together. It is free for you guys to use. It will be linked on drewsbasement.com. I'll probably also throw the link here in the comments for this video, or I'm sorry, the content for the video here. Let's just go the other way. Let's say that we want to know what the 200 moving average from the 5-minute chart looks like on the 4-hour chart, right? So in this case, we are removing sessions, right? We're going from a lot, 12 5-minute sessions per hour into a 4-hour chart. So in this case, we're going to be going from a larger number to a smaller number, right? So we're going to do the same math. The 200 moving average, right? We got our 200 sessions times 5 minutes gives us how many sessions we need for per minute. Then we're simply going to divide by 4 hours, right, which is 4 times 60 minutes. So that gives us roughly 4, right? So let's go have a look at what that looks like on our chart. We're going from the 200 to the 4 on the, I need to take that out of the way. We're going back to our chart over here. So first we're going to set our 1-hour chart to the 4-hour chart. And then we're going to change this from the 50 to the 4. And we're going to change this from the 600 to the 200. All right. And then we're going to zoom in here and see what it looks like over the course of 2 days, just like we got in the 5-minute. And what do you know? It looks, now granted, this is a little jankier. It's a little sharper, a little jaggier, because there are fewer sessions here, right? We're only dealing with 4 sessions, so this is recalculating pretty swiftly, but you can see that it still matches and comes through and does the same thing against the bar. So we still have a good idea of what the time frame, or what the moving average from the time frame that we're referencing looks like in the time frame that we're watching. All right, that's it, guys. It's relatively simple math, but some of you don't like math. I don't always love math. I do find it handy, but I don't love doing it incessantly, especially if I'm in a hurry. So that is where the next part, or the last part of this particular exercise comes to you. So let's back out. We're going to go over here. This is, it's the Calculate ER spreadsheet. I linked this out, did a video on it a while ago. I just added another tab out here. So if you haven't looked at it, there is a video. I do have some explanation on drewsbasement.com about how to use that if you are an ER player. But in this case, I've just added a new tab down here called the MA grader, or the MA grader. It's not that funny. But it is a very simple tool. It is just meant to save some time. It is not rocket surgery. But here's how it works. There's a little how-to here at the top in the yellow bar. It'll tell you what you need to do. Essentially, we have a from and a to section. So the from is your origin, right? Hey, I want to see the time frame from, or I want to see the moving average from this time frame on top of this time frame. So in this case, right, if we wanted to see the 5-minute, oops, I put it in the wrong place. There we go. I want to see the 5-minute 200 moving average on the 4 hour, you can see we got our 4.1, right? So that's all you got to do is just enter in where you're coming from, where you're going to, and the migrator will give you
Stop filled.
an easy migration from one time frame to another time frame. And you can plug that into your chart. You can save it on whatever your broker is, if that is a thing you want to reference frequently. But I hope this makes your life a little bit easier. So that's kind of all I got for y'all. It is a short and sweet video tonight. I hope you guys have a great day, night, morning, whatever it is there. I will catch you guys on the next video. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them in the comments below, or hit me up at drewsbasement.com, and I'll keep an eye out for you. All right, everybody, take care of yourselves. We'll talk soon. Bye.